Alright guys, I'm just cleaning out the ferret cages where the babies are at the moment, young kits. This little doe's got 8 and they're still pretty young, they're about 4 or 5 days old. She's pretty good. Well, last time I counted there was 8. I don't know how many she's got left now, but there's 4, 6, 8, all still good. Now, nice little kits. So I'm just going to clean out this all in here. Already done that section. Haven't even checked what they are yet. I'll put them back now, it's cleaned out, and I'll show you the mum. There you go, little babies. 2, 4. Geez, they look pretty healthy. All pretty lively. Oh, they look good. Alright, that's got her cleaned out. I've got 2 more to go. I've got this little doe and me black-eyed white doe, and I've got one down in here as well. She's only got 3 babies. Her cage is pretty clean, and I've got a vasectomised buck in here for now. But as I transfer them, once they stop breeding or come out of season, I'll put him back in with the rest of them. Right, let's get mum out and put her back. She'll be getting a bit anxious. Such a beautiful doe she is. It's Willow. There you go. I see you, babies. I'll get you something to eat after. You've already had something this morning. Come on, I see you, babies. She's a good mum. All of these are pretty good mums. Might do her next. Such a good girl. Geez, they've come along there nice, mate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All look pretty healthy. Girl. That's pretty good. I'll be right there, nice and cool for them. No chance of them climbing out yet, they're still too little. Really nice polecat bucks there. They're already sold. All the polecats are gone. Let me give you some fresh water. Just clean that back bit out there. Change this. I give them fresh raw. That's just minced with a bit of egg. Leave it there, the birds will eat that. And or one of the dogs will pick it up, but I only put it in this morning a couple of hours ago. Now I'll change it and then I'll feed them again tonight when it's a bit cooler and there's no flies. Right, let me just clean this. job's done. There you go, girl. Not hurting your babies. There you go. Right, I'll just give her some fresh water. She's come out. Rambo laying out there. Don't worry, mate, I'll put your air conditioning on soon. See, I've got the mist air conditioning running. It sprays mist in there, and when they get too warm, they just lay in the mist. They love it. Hey, Mum. I'm just getting you some water. And beautiful babies. You're such a good mum. There you go. Have a drink. I'll give you something else to eat soon, later, when it cools down a bit. Already been fed. Actually, haven't given them dry food for ages. Might give them some today. There's little mum. She's a little beauty. And she had 9, and she's still got 9. And now let's clean this meat out. Stop the maggots coming. They've already eaten what they want, you know. You can see how fat she is. I mean, she's got 9 babies, and you'll see how big they are. And when I bring it out again, I'll show you how fat she is. She doesn't even look like she's had any. So she's feeding them easy. That's what I'm saying. But all of my ferrets are in really good condition. Even though they've got young, they're all in prime nick. That's because they get fed a good healthy diet, mainly raw. Look here, you can eat that. Could you? And Zip's eating it. There's young Zip, she just turned 2. Turned into a magnificent dog, mate. She's really good. Very handy for ferreting. Right, let's just clean this out a bit. Check, make sure there's no grubby stuff anywhere. I'll show you her babies. And let's just clean it up a bit. Clean that up a bit. That's her babies. She's got 9. A little bit of meat up here, we'll get rid of that. And as you can see, they're in great nick. 9 of them. And you see how she's feeding them so easy. Little girl. 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 She had a lot of girls, I remember. Girl. Which is good. The Jill seemed to settle a bit better. There's a boy. Boy. Yep, boy. Girl. Boy. Girl. So she's got 6 and 3. 6 girls. 3 boys. And there's no runts amongst them. You can see for yourself. I think that's about the smallest one, and in comparison it's not even that much smaller. So she's feeding them easy. 9, she's feeding them easy. I'll get her out now and I'll show you how fat she is. See that? Look how fat she is. She doesn't even look like she's had babies. I have been giving them a little bit of egg once every 3 days. When they're feeding, the egg helps them to keep their condition a little bit. I believe anyway. I've been doing this for a while, but I don't do it too often. Otherwise, normally maybe once a week at the most. Not even that, because their diet of raw and eat rabbit most of the time. It's got everything in it that they need anyway. Give them a bit of dry food every now and again, and an egg maybe once a week, but a small amount, you know. And they do get this other stuff, it's called pet vite. Alright, that's got them done. I'll leave them now. I fed them this morning. I've got another 3 down here. And this is this is a full sister to the one that had the 9. And she had all whites. She's a polecat and she had all whites. Is that the full sister to Willow? There's 3 full sisters. Let me have a look. Yep, that's a full sister to Willow. And so is this one here. And they're all out of him. He's vasectomized now, but that line was bred from him. He doesn't do anything now, he just services the young ones, the females that I'm breeding. She's such a pretty ferret. So you can look how fat she is too, but she only had 3, this girl. She's such a friendly ferret, such a good ferret. And they're all good workers. I'll just clean her food out. And I might actually hose down this cage. I've got a pressure washer and I might just clean the back out. I'll give you a look at her young ones. She's only got 3. And because she's only got 3, they're very, they just grow quicker when there's less of them. Oh, she must have them up the top. She moves them around all over the joint. She must have them up here. Yep, there they are. Sometimes she had one really dark one and the 2 whites. It's a girl. It's a boy. Hopefully it's a boy. It's a boy, yep. I've got a lot of demands for the polecat boys this year. Get rid of this. See, there's still plenty of food. I gave them this morning. And go in the bin, this one. And she's always moving them around. Right. So that's it, guys. That's all the young ones. There's 25 in total. Most of them are sold. If you are interested in any, you want to get to me really fast, because I probably won't even have to advertise these. That's how quick they're selling. So that's it. That's all the babies. And Big Rambo. How you doing, big buddy? You're a bit hot there, mate. Don't worry, I'll put your air conditioning on, pal. Don't worry, mate. You're a good boy. Such a good boy. Go on, in you go. I'll put your air conditioning on, mate. I'll give you a quick look at that for the people that haven't seen it. I'll put it up on different videos from time to time. But I'll just show you quickly what it's all about. You can see I've got a hose going to this cage and a hose going to this cage. Joints to this T-piece here, which I've got disconnected at the moment. I'll just reconnect that up. Off. Click it on there, job's done. What you see now, see how it all, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, sprays like a mist into the cage, cools the air down as it's falling. The evaporation of the mist causes it to cool down the air. And see how he likes to lie in it. He loves it. Cools him down when it's too warm. As soon as the afternoon comes, it gets all shade here. But we don't even, I mean, she had her babies at 35 degrees Celsius the day, 3 or 4 days ago. And the next day was in the 30s, and that cage was as cool as anything. See how they like to sit in the spray when they're warm. And when they've had enough of it, they just move off into the shade and just lay down. But such a good idea. I always tell people, if you've got ferrets, I recommend, if you live in Australia, mate, I've lost ferrets to heat stroke, so I learnt my lesson the hard way. I lost 9 ferrets one year to heat stroke. We had 3 40 degree days in the Celsius in a row. They handled the first 2 days alright, but by the 3rd day it was just too much for them. They couldn't handle it, and I lost 9. So from that time, I put on mist air conditioning, and I've never lost one since. A lot of people have never lost them to heat stroke, but you know, and they were in the shade. They were under a tree, big tree with plenty of shade. It's just those 3 days, mate, it was just so hot, but no wind at all. It was just stinking, 3 stinking hot days, and it was just too much for them. There's a lot of people that lost them that year anyway. A few of my mates lost them as well. But I'll never lose another one to heat stroke, mate, no way. Not anymore. Alright, so that's it, guys. I'll put this back. Probably clean this cage out. Hose this cage out over here. I won't have to annoy the babies too much for that because they're up the top. She's moved them again. She moves them back and forwards. She brings them down to the bottom into this box. And in the mornings, for whatever reason, she takes them up the top. I'll just clean this cage out. Alright, so that's it, guys. That's all of the young, all 25 of them. Thought I'd put them on the video to give you a bit of a look. I'll just clean all this up now, clean that cage, and that's about it. There's Rambo again, see? I don't know if you can see, he's laying in that mist. And he loves it. He really likes it. Some of them don't like the water, you know, but he just thrives on it. And it's not that hot at the moment. It's probably about 22 degrees. And if he wanted to, he could lie in the shade at the back there. But he prefers to lay in the sun, in the mist. He just likes it. Okay.